And here we are again solving another common problem with retro video game consoles. On the PS1, the release lid, open the lid button often jams. Check that out. It won't stay down. That little tab on the inside, as you can see right there, it kind of gets stuck. So the mechanism between pressing that button and the tab sliding back gets stuck too much in the open position. So a really easy fix, and first things first, what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to open up the PlayStation 1. Make sure you have a little area where you're going to be able to keep your screws. Don't lose them. That's going to be an awful thing. PS1 is a pretty easy console to open up. Any flathead screwdriver is going to do it and do it well. No special tools needed for this one. You're going to need a flathead screwdriver, and then probably some like rubbing alcohol, some Q-tips, and perhaps some sandpaper. That would really take it over the top to make sure that this problem won't happen anymore. The real reason why this problem happens is because the press down open lid button gets kind of dirty or grimy, and it doesn't sit right and click in right and get stuck in position. So here you can see the inside of the PlayStation, but we're not as concerned about that today. The shell, the upper shell of the console is what we're going to be working with. So this is very hard to mess up. The main area you're going to be working with is right there on the left-hand side in the video. You're going to want to undo, I think, 3 more screws to detach this small plate, which has a spring attached to it. And from there, you'll just start cleaning the area with the button. So we got one off right there, getting a second one off. This fix is nice because it's very quick. It really just involves cleaning. And you don't have to mess around with any soldering, or you don't have to touch any of the parts of the system that are kind of the more electronic parts. So you can see that the button fits into this kind of little groove that has kind of a circular shape with a little nub on it as well. And so you're going to want to pop that out. It is stuck by 2 clips on either side. You can see it kind of snaps in once you've pressed down enough. It only fits one way, which you can see indicated by that little nub on the top of the circle. And so looking at that, you see it should fit in there nice and loosely, actually. And then the plate below that will help spring it back up. So first, I think you're going to get some rubbing alcohol, try to use 70%, a Q-tip, clean the area around, and most importantly, the area inside that hole where the button snaps into. Clean the holes in which they snap, clean the middle hole, and clean the actual button itself. And that'll get you most of the way there. This may solve the problem on its own, but if for extra points, you're going to want to bring some sandpaper in there. I think any grit will do, just don't overdo it. You're going to want to take a small strip, and if you can kind of fold it up to be a circle and kind of insert it into the middle there, you can kind of sand off just a little bit of all sides of this circle on the open tray button. Go ahead and sand that down just a little bit. Don't overdo it. We're talking about millimeters here. Really getting into it with some hand sandpaper will, you'll probably take off like a millimeter, maybe 2, and that's going to be more than enough to make this fix work out well for you. So what are you playing on the PS1? I've been collecting a lot of PS1 games lately. I recently added Kudelka to my library. I was trying to get reproduction PlayStation 1 games, but I was having the hardest time. Different sort of free MC Boot and also Goldfinger, Game Shark, Game Genie add-on cartridges. They just weren't working for me, and when I did get them to work, the loading times, especially on FMVs, in the games were horrendous. So at the end of this video, let me know if you had to do this solution, this repair yourself, and also let me know what you think about reproductions for PS1 games. It's a fantastic system, and was it overhyped? Maybe it was underhyped because there's so many classic games for that system right now. I feel like my collection's almost complete for everything I could care about it. But there's so many hidden gems. It's definitely a great console for hidden gems. And here's another technique. You're going to want to kind of roll it up into be kind of like a little cigarette mini kind of roll and put it into the circle center of where the button goes and just spin it around a couple times. That's also going to help reduce any friction that would have been associated with the button being caught or not being pushed up correctly again. Yeah, and just give it a couple turns. Again, we're talking about millimeters here. Any little amount of sanding or reduction or cleaning of that area is going to really help out. So go ahead and pop it back in. Again, it only fits one way because of the way the center part is shaped. The two side parts will click in and kind of hold itself. Let's see, get a better view here. Yeah, there you go. So now it's popped in, and it's it's free floating right now. Reattaching the plate right there with the spring on it will reapply the resistance needed to pop it open again. And you can see there, that's how it works. When you do remove this and add it back in, make sure you're careful not to lose or damage that spring in the center. It is easy to lose. It's easy to detach. But if you just keep your workspace clean, you shouldn't have any issues. Really, for most of these things, the biggest issue is going to be losing a screw, possibly over sanding. But this is such an easy fix, such a great DIY way of keeping your consoles in good working order, not getting frustrated when the lid won't stay down. And you don't really have to do anything other than clean it, maybe a little bit of sanding. So again, if you've done this repair or need to do this repair or found this helpful, leave a comment below. This was how to fix a PlayStation 1 lid not shutting correctly. As you can see, even without all the screws, we've had a big improvement here. So check it out. Releases, it's not catching, and that's a huge improvement. It just feels good to press in now. So check it out, leave a comment below, let me know if you like the video, and until next time.